Well, Achievers, it's time to talk about daily and weekly tiles and what it means for you in your digital planning experience. Well, let's back up a few steps and let's talk about what tiles are in the first place. Tiles are digital stickers. You can browse the internet and see all these fancy, artsy graphics and elements that you can put into your planner to kind of jazz them up and make them fun. And hey, if you're into that, go ahead. I encourage you to do so. Google digital stickers, you'll find them all over the place. But we want to stress that when we think of these images, we think of an opportunity for you to create customizations in your planner, and those are called tiles, professional elements. So what exactly is a tile? Well, a tile is a graphic that you can use, you can place in your planning system to add customization to it. So if you want to have more notes, projects, to-do lists, if you want to have a contact or address book, you want to chart your recipes, you can do that with tiles. Now, what's even more exciting, in the most recent edition of the Key2Success Planner, we now have the ability so you can customize your daily and weekly pages. This is something that hasn't been done, nor is it something that any other planning system offers like we do. So today, guys, we're going to talk about daily and weekly tiles. Maybe you've been a long time fan of our digital planning system, or you're first experiencing it for the first time, or maybe you're just browsing the internet for some ideas on how you might improve your productivity and efficiency and master the goals that you want to achieve, but something just doesn't look like you expect it to on our daily or weekly pages. Well, that is where tiles are going to come in. And today, guys, I'm going to show you a handful of things. I'm going to show you, one, how do you import those tiles? How do you manage the tiles and create your own layouts with the tiles that we have to offer? We're going to do this across a number of apps and applications. And let's talk about that for 1 second. When we talk about apps and applications, it's all about the ecosystem in which the planning software works. We've developed our Key2Success Planner not to be an individual app that you have to download on your device, but a notebook, a file that you can import on the planning or note-taking system that you're already using. So if you're a OneNote user, a GoodNotes user, a Samsung Notes user, or you're using a plethora of other PDF applications, you're going to be able to use our tiles, our planner with that system. So we're going to show you how to import into the application or device, and then how you might customize your page layout. So we're going to show you OneNote, because OneNote is an app that's universal. It works across all Windows, Apple, Android devices. And we're going to show you a couple different PDF applications like GoodNotes and Samsung Notes. Now, if you are a Note Shelf user, a Notability user, a Penly user, and the list goes on, they will work in the same fashion, but for the sake of the time and length of this video, we're not going to jump into all of those. Just know that the process is identical, just the buttons in those various apps about importing and selection might be slightly different. Now, the last question is, if you are an e-ink user like the Remarkable or the Supernote and you want to be able to use our tiles, well, you can. I'll say it again, you can. But keep in mind, a Remarkable, a Supernote is not a computer-like tablet. It's an e-ink device. It has a lot of advantages to be in its own digital notebook, but you're going to have to go into a third-party app, PDF reader, or Canva, or a selection of other apps like UPDF to make the edits and then pull those in to those e-ink devices. We have a separate video, which I'll link right here, that shows you how to do that. So, with that being said, you should be able to create customizations in your planning system. And today, guys, I'm going to show you how to do that. So stay with me. As we jump into talking about tiles, the weekly and daily tiles that we're going to showcase today, I want you guys to know about all the different tiles that we offer. If you jump onto our website, you can go to the tile shop and you can see tons of tiles. Everything from project tiles to contact tiles to meeting tiles, the things that are going to help improve your decision-making process, like the SWOT tile. These tiles are going to be professional elements. They're going to improve your planning experience and give you the customizations that you want. So go ahead, check out the website. You're going to want to see those tiles. Heck, I'm even going to throw a bonus. There's going to be a coupon in the bottom of this description. It's going to be 30% off every single tile on our page for all of 2024. You can go ahead and use it once and benefit from what we have to offer. But let's jump in. We're going to break this segment down into two conversations. One is going to be using OneNote, and one is going to be using GoodNotes and Samsung Notes as PDF annotation apps. So let's go ahead and jump into OneNote. So the first thing you're going to ask yourself is, how do I go about installing the tiles? Well, you can go onto our website and go to our OneNote installation guide and go through the process installing the tiles just as you would a normal notebook or like you did your planner. In this case, I'm going to show you that we have the complete tile pack right here, which the complete tile pack is its own individual notebook, and you'll see that in here I have all the different tiles that we talked about that's part of the complete pack. You can see all the different pieces and images that are going to allow you to create those personalizations. Right here is the daily tiles, and here is the weekly tiles. So the daily tiles in our tile pack here, you're going to see we have everything from just your standard schedule to a 24-hour schedule to some blocking opportunities you might want to use. We also have two columns, so if you want a little more space or if you want to get into like 15-minute blocks, you can do that. And then here there is additional customizations. Now throughout the year, you're going to want to check our website. We're going to go ahead and continue to update and provide different tiles for like fitness and invoicing and customization, even things that help benefit you in your industry. Here's an example of a mileage tile that we have that you can use. So how does this look when you put this together with these elements? Well, you can see here we're going to provide you some sample packs. So here's that 4-segment layout. Here's a 24-hour layout. Here's a standard layout. And then you can see we have some 2 columns that you can browse and utilize. And you can see when those 2 columns come into play, you have a different arrangement. You can also pull in tiles from other areas, and that's why I talked about going to our website and checking out the other tiles, because here you can see that we have a Cornell note. Well, this tile came from our Cornell note pack. We were able to bring that into here, and you can see that, and then you can also see that we have task tiles. So if you want to really dive into your task, you can do that and still make these personal. So this is what the daily tiles look like. So the easiest thing to do is simply when you have your tile installed, you're going to have this selection, you're going to right click on it, and you're going to hit copy section 2. And then from here, you're going to choose the notebook in which you want to put it in. And for my sake, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my 2024 planner and hit copy. And what that's going to do is going to copy that section of the tile into our designated notebook. So we'll come back here, I'll go into my 2024 planner, and you can now see that I have my daily tiles right here. Just as you witnessed before, all the same elements are here. Okay, so now I have this, and I want to create some customizations. Well, let's go look at one of my daily pages here, and let's just look at the first day of the year and what this looks like. So we'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. This is what my page looks like. This is the standard view that you're going to find on our planning system. Well, I want to go ahead and I want to maybe lay this out different. What I can do is I can start by just simply coming to the far left margin of the image that I want to get rid of, and I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to hit set picture as background. This is best to do from your desktop computer because it's going to allow you to have the opportunity to see all the individual tiles that are on here. And in some cases, when you first select on a tile, you're going to see that the actual page template is actually selected. The easiest thing to do there is just right click and set that back as a background. And now you can see I can tap on the individual elements and be able to move and select those and change those up. So just give you an idea, let's go ahead and let's just move these things off to the side, and then we can come into here, back to our page tile, and let's just say I want to do the 24-hour block. I'm going to hit copy, come back to my page. I'm going to move this off here. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And then I'm just going to click up here in the corner, show my cursor, and hit paste. And then I can reposition that tile wherever I'd like it. Now, one thing that a lot of people do is they build up these pages. So we went ahead and we placed that tile on this page, and we can go ahead and start to customize the right side of the page if we choose to with all the individual tiles. One thing that might be faster or convenient is to go ahead and just come over to your daily tiles, create a new page, and then on this page actually, you can maybe even copy this January page, just hit copy here, come back to daily and hit paste. And now I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to edit my January page. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to choose one of these that I've already kind of laid out just for the sake of having a conversation. I'm going to hit copy on all those. And you can see I selected all those at one time. And they are on my clipboard. I can go ahead now, put this here, hit paste, and then I can come in here and just drop that in there. Now where this is convenient, once you have that tile all laid out, I could easily then come in here, copy this as you saw it, hit copy, and then I can go to my next day. So let's just go right to this day here, and I'm going to right click, hit set as background, and then I'm going to set as background the actual page, and then I'm going to go here and click delete, 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 and then with this, I'm going to have my tiles. So there, I have the second of the month done. I'm going to go ahead to the third. Once you have all the tiles removed, go ahead, set your page's background, drop in your cursor and hit Command V or Control V. It'll pull in your individual tiles and you can paste. And then you can go ahead and set page's background, and then you can go to the next day and continue on that process. It shouldn't take much more than 30 seconds at most for each page, so you can literally move through an entire month in under 5 or 10 minutes of effort. And therefore, within a few hours, you have your entire planner personalized and customized the way you want it to do. I often encourage people to do this month by month. It only takes a few minutes, and that way as you move and progress throughout the year, you might find additional customizations that you want to do with our individual tiles. So that's taking a look at daily tiles on OneNote. Let's go ahead and look at how the weekly tiles work. So same thing, if we look back into our tiles here, and we look back into our notebook, you can see we have those weekly tiles. And the simplest thing to do here is just to simply copy by clicking on the page, hit copy, and then go to your monthly planner. In this case, we're going to 2024. And I like to put that page at the beginning of each week. So what you're going to do is you're going to select the day before the first day of the week, and then you can go ahead and hit Command or Control V and paste that in there. You can see there's January. I can click on the next one. There's under week 2, under week 3, and under week 4. So literally less than 10 seconds, I added in all of my weekly planning. Now, if you want to create this so it's hyperlinked, you just can go ahead and click on January here, click on this hyperlinks that we have, hit copy, and then go right back to your page and hit paste, and now you can see that we have our hyperlinks in there. And then that way I can place those off to the side here. As we move into future years, we're going to customize this hyperlink to be more interactive, embedded in the page. But now you can see the hyperlinks are there. So if I want to get to the actual 5th of the month, click on the 5th, it'll take me to the 5th. So this is a great way to go ahead and put those weekly tiles in and add those hyperlinks. I mean, literally it takes seconds, and you can have all your weekly tiles inside your planning system on OneNote. So that is a look at using OneNote for weekly and daily tiles. We're going to go ahead and jump into GoodNotes and show you how to do that as well. So we're in GoodNotes 6 here. This will also work with GoodNotes 5 or any edition of GoodNotes, but for this illustration, we're going to use GoodNotes 6. You can see I have my daily page here. And the one thing that is different with using a PDF annotation app versus OneNote, OneNote's best to do from a desktop. It's just a little more convenient. You can definitely create customizations and copy over those tiles from it on a tablet, but it's just way faster to do it on the desktop. With PDF annotations, it's just as fast to do it from the tablet itself. The thing is, you're going to have to install the tiles on the device. So if you're using like an iPad, you're going to want to put them in My Files. If you're using like a Samsung Notes, you want to put it in the Files app. So when you download those files, go ahead and save those on your device in your Files app so you can easily retrieve those as you need to import them. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go and click on our page sorter. And we're going to see that we have the day here of the 1st is highlighted. It's the first day of that week. I like to go ahead and choose to import the day just before, so add page before. Here I'll have the option import. We're going to choose import, and you can see here on my device, I'm going to go into iCloud, and I have a folder already customized, set up. I actually create a folder in my Files app called Key2Success Add-ons. You can do that because you can use these tiles across notebooks across planning systems and from year to year. So you can use our tiles with other planners if you would choose to do so. So I come in here, and here's all my tiles. Well, we're going to jump down to weekly tile, and we're going to go into the PDF page and find our January tile. We're going to go ahead and hit open. Now what that did is that put that tile right here. So here's our weekly planning page, here's our weekly page, and here is our daily page. Now I can simply go in and click on the 8th here, and then go ahead and select the 8th, go ahead and go add page before, import, and now you see that that page is now put here. The other thing you could do, if you didn't want to have to go through that process, you go ahead and you can click on this and hit duplicate. That'll put one page side by side, and you could literally position that and re-drag that so it actually shows up before the next page in your planning system. With the page sorter, you can go ahead and use that to import your tile or duplicate the individual pages and resort them however you'd like, wherever you'd like to position them. And again, this is something that's pretty quick and easy. You can move through the entire year within a matter of 20, 30 minutes if you choose to. Again, like I said earlier, is I like to do 1 month at a time until I find the layout and the feel that I want, and then progress as I move throughout the year. But for those that have late stage planning for the year, you might want to jump in and do as much as you can early on. So let's go ahead and talk about daily tiles. So we're going to jump back and look at our individual daily page, and we're back on this page here. Now let's just say I wanted to change the layout of this page. I can do that by going ahead and going into the draw mode, and now I have the ability to start to create some editing options and add some of these tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my photo. It's going to go ahead and pull this up, and just like we've shown you in other videos, you're going to want to hit insert from. We're going to choose the location in our files app where we have those files, and here I'm going to scroll down to where I have daily tiles. Now there's a couple different options in here. There's a transparent layout, as there is a white background layout. You're going to probably want to use the white background layout to cover up these pages unless you're starting from scratch and creating an entirely new template. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to add in a tile for 24 hours. Go ahead and select that. That pulls in my tile, and then I can resize that tile and put that over top my layout. So once I have that tile positioned, I can go ahead and use my lasso tool and select that tile, and then I can go ahead and hit copy, move to the next page, tap and hold and hit paste, and then with that tile pasted, I have that size the way I want it. I can go into the next page, hit paste, and continue to go through the planner, and literally with just in a matter of a few seconds, I can go through the entire week and paste that new layout as you see here. Now let's just say I laid out an entire page, and I was kind of doing that with this piece here. I didn't really get through it all the way, but I was using a selection of our note-taking tiles and our address book tiles and our to-do tiles to make this page. So with just the images selected, you can see here I have that handwritten note where it says task. Well, with just the images selected, if I come across here, you'll see that handwritten text disappears. Now you can see I have all of that selected. I can go ahead and hit copy, and then I can move to the next page and hit paste, and now that entire block is laid out for me, which is incredible because now what I just did is I created one layout, I copied it, and now I can go to each and every single page and copy that layout and paste it across every single page in my planner or across my week. Where it really gets exciting is sometimes when it comes to copying these pages, these different elements and templates, you might have different schedules. So maybe what I want to do is I want to copy this here, and I'm going to hit copy, and I'm just going to paste in the same page. And the reason why I might do something like this is maybe I have a schedule that's for myself, and then I have a family schedule, and I could build out a page that will work for different seasons of my life. So maybe through Monday through Friday again, I might have a schedule that's side by side that shows, a work schedule and then a family schedule, or I might have a schedule like this maybe during like basketball season where, my daughter is running everywhere and I want to have her schedule and my wife's schedule and my son's schedule right here. You can do that. So that is what's really neat about daily tiles is you can go ahead and you can create those pages, you can create those annotations with the different elements on the page and then copy that throughout your entire system. And still retain all the hyperlinks that are on the page, because from here, as soon as I go back into reading mode, I can go ahead and click and utilize those hyperlinks to get back to the page that I was on or any of the pages in the planning system, and I still have the ability to make this personal for my own use. One thing that I want to show you that's pretty exciting before we leave GoodNotes is I can go to my key page, and on my key page you see here I already have a designated note page called tiles. I'm going to tap on that, and I added a blank page here. Well, where this is powerful is I can add a blank page. I can go ahead and insert those layouts. So if I still have it copied on my grid, I can hit paste, and now I have that tile already sized the way I wanted it, and it's on this page, and I can leave it here so that way throughout the year if I need to come back to that custom layout, I can come back to this page, simply select this, hit copy, and then go ahead and use that layout. So you could go ahead in your page sorter and you could create a number of blank pages that have different arrangements or different tiles, and you could have, just like we illustrated in OneNote, you could have different templates for yourself already laid out that you can customize and then copy that template across your notebook, whatever it is that you want to do on any device you choose to do it with. So that is a look at GoodNotes. Now we're going to take a look at Samsung Notes and how it works there. Very similar, but I just want to show you how it works on an Android device versus an Apple device. So in Samsung Notes, we have the option to go ahead and insert our media just like we did in GoodNotes. All these PDF annotation apps work slightly different, but with Samsung Notes, we want to first make sure that we are in either draw mode. It seems to work the best. I'm going to go ahead and click on the little insert button and then click on image. And then from there, I want to go into my files, which is where I saved my images. I have a file already called Key2Success Daily Tiles. And you can see all my individual tiles. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to import this daily devotion. So I'm going to click here and hit the word done. With this tile imported, I can go ahead and I can move this tile, and I can also go ahead and resize this tile, just like we saw in the other applications. And I can go through here, I can go ahead and lay out my page. Now, I can go ahead and copy this and move to the next page, or if I want to go ahead and insert another tile, I can do that. And we can again use tiles across different tile packs. So if you have a project tile or other type of tile, you could easily do that. I want to go ahead and add in my mileage tile and hit done, and that's going to pull in my mileage tile. And one thing as you're positioning these tiles, you can see there's little lines that show up. That kind of helps you center everything if you choose to. And now you can see I have that mile tile as well as my devotional tile here. I can use the lasso tool and I could lasso those two tiles and move both of them, or go ahead and hit copy and go to the next page and paste them just like we did before. The other thing you can also do is you can actually hit the word lock. And where lock is cool is if I lock them, now they can't move. This is going to give me the ability to go ahead and write on them, go ahead and type over them, whatever I'd like to do to help add additional PDF annotations. So when it comes to using these tiles in Samsung Notes, in GoodNotes, and any PDF annotation, they work much the same. So go ahead, copy your tiles from your download to your device and start to create the customizations that you want to use. Guys and gals, as we look into developing our planning system, we want to provide you more opportunities to personalize it so that you can achieve the goals that you want in the industry that you're working. With that being said, give us ideas. If you have a tile in mind, maybe if you're a realtor, a lawyer, a teacher, a doctor, a pastor, give us ideas on what you would like to see on your daily page or what tiles you'd like to see to help create custom pages so you can reach the goals and aspirations that you have for yourself. And we will do that, and we will share that so that not only we can impact your success, but we can impact everyone's success. And please do me a favor. If you learned just one thing in this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to learn more about what we're doing and follow us, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and you can follow this journey as we learn how the digital plan. And if you have any questions, go ahead, hit the comments, leave them. Myself or somebody else in the community, I'm sure we will answer them so that you can learn from us together and we can learn from one another. With that being said, Lord willing, guys, I hope we get to see each other in another video. I hope that you've learned something from today. I hope that you are reaching new heights with the Key2Success Planner. Or if you're not even using our planner, that these tiles are going to help you personalize your planner that you are using, or come over and check out ours. By all means, we welcome you. And we all can grow together. I'm Brandon Bonifer, creator and founder of the Key2Success Planner, and we'll see you guys again real soon.